Hi, welcome to our channel, You're Doing What? A YouTube channel dedicated to people in their later decades or old farts and the RV life, specifically full-time RV life. My husband and I have RV'd for 25 or 30 years in various types of RVs, and we have decided that at our age, we need to, if it's ever going to be full-time, it's now or never. So we are embarking on this journey from the state of Florida. We've been in Florida since 2008 and really liked the state and loved where we lived. But as we're aging, it's time to be a little closer to family. So we're just going to mosey along for 2 or 3 years, as long as we can do this, and then end up closer out west where almost all of our family is. We have a couple nieces in Florida and we're going to miss them terribly. But my sisters are out west and our son is out west. My mom is out west. So that's the plan. Now, full timing. When my friends found out that this is what we were going to do, sell our house and go and live in the RV full time, it was not an uncommon expression to hear from them, "What? You're doing what?" And like, wow. So when I don't sleep very well at night, so at night I thought, what a great name for a YouTube channel about people living an alternative life, nomads, vagabonds, homeless. We're not really homeless, but kind of, and all our adventures. So we look forward to all the travels that we're going to get to do. We're heading out of Florida and then excuse me, up or over to the Alabama Florida line and really basically start there, and Texas, then Colorado, then up to the Northwest, and then we'll make a circle and come back down to Florida next winter in close to where we have been living, and visit and enjoy the warm weather that Florida offers in the winter. So how did we get to this point? Well, we built a house in our home in Cape Coral, in our home, and we decided that if we were going to leave, we didn't really want to keep the house in Florida because salt air and hurricane damage and just having people, if we were going to rent it, degrading the quality. So we decided to sell it. And thankfully, Florida has been in a really strong seller's market. So we had no trouble selling the house. We are then moved into our RV, and we've been living here in Florida in the RV for the past almost 2 months now, kind of settling in, figuring things out. Even though we've owned this coach for a little over a year, there are still things about living full time that we wanted to be sure we could do, and that this was we were going to be okay doing this and not at each other's throats and say, oh my God, what did we do? No regrets. Either one of us want no regrets. So far, so good. We have no regrets. My husband is a little more of a, he likes to save things. So we did end up getting a storage unit in our town, and it's a 10 by 10. And so it kind of, in my opinion, delayed decision making about all the stuff that is currently in that storage unit. I don't know how much of it we'll actually really use in the future, but it was mostly things he just couldn't let go of, and there were a few things I didn't want to let go of yet. So that's kind of a temporary thing, the storage unit, and everything else we had to put into a 43-foot excuse me, 43-foot diesel motorhome that actually has a lot of storage. The bathroom is in the back, and one of these days I'll do a little tour of the coach. But the bathroom main bathroom is all the way in the back, and the whole back of the bathroom is a huge closet. So there's lots of storage, or plenty of room for clothes, and lots of storage back there. And then there, of course, is storage under the bays underneath, and that's mostly stuff that my husband hauls around. And I suspect that as we go through this adventure, there'll be more and more things that end up either at a thrift store or maybe back in the storage unit when we come back next winter to Florida. So clothing, I'm going to start with clothing because that was a huge thing. I started about 6 months ago, really going through my clothes, and I watched a few YouTube videos that minimalist people have posted. Particularly, I really like Minimalist Mom, and she was so inspiring about getting rid of the crap in your life. And I can tell you for sure, downsizing and minimalizing just took a weight off of me that is extraordinary. Every morning I wake up and I don't see stuff everywhere. The counters are clean. There's a little bit of stuff in here right now that I'm still trying to decide, well, where is it going? But in general, I don't regret getting rid of anything. So I kept some clothes. I kept about 6 pair of pants, probably 10 tops, one kind of dressy, if we get involved into any dressy affairs or balls, which that reminds me of a joke. Why do mice have small balls? Very few know how to dance. So anyway, I don't need all that many ball gowns because we don't dance much anymore, and I'm not sure we'll do cruises again. I'd love to, but I don't know what's in the future for travel with what's been going on in the world. Anyway, I have 6 pairs of shoes, from a pair of walking shoes to, actually I think I have 7, to 1 pair of boots I could wear in the wintertime, and then mostly sandals. And that's what we plan to follow the sun, so I don't anticipate that we're going to need those boots much past the rest of this year, and then we'll see. My husband kept about the same amount of pants and shorts and tops, so we really thinned through that kind of stuff. In the kitchen, we brought 6 plates, and they're small plates because we're both fat, and we need to. Well, we're not that fat. We're fat-ish. We need to eat less, so we have smaller plates, and those are the ones we saved. Everything else I either left in the house when we sold it, or I took it to St. Vincent de Paul or Salvation Army. We have 4 bowls. I have too many glasses now because I had a whole bunch of glasses that are made in Florida called Tervis glasses. That's the brand name, and they don't sweat on the outside when it's hot. They're awesome. They really insulate. Plus, I have 2 or 3 water containers that I like each one of them, and I don't want to get rid of any of them. So that's kind of, I can see where that's going to be a problem. And I really just need one, and so I need to go watch Minimal Mom again and convince myself I can do with just one. We also we brought all the food from our pantry at home, and we're gradually going through that. We thankfully have a full-size refrigerator here, so we have lots of freezer storage. But again, when you think about minimizing, we don't really need all that stuff. It's just as easy to stop and go to the grocery store every 2 or 3 days. And I'm really going to try and make that a priority and get rid of all the canned goods that we have, and slowly get rid of all that so that we're not carrying that around. I think the more minimizing you do, the more you want to do. So for now, that's it. Talking about clothes and food and plates and things and minimizing to move into here. Our next video is going to talk to you about the RV park where we're staying and what kinds of things we've had to adjust to in the RV park. Have a great day. I wish you would subscribe to our channel, and there's a little box down below. It's red. Hit subscribe, and then there's a little bell that you'll see, and if you hit the bell, you'll get notifications, and you'll get a choice, all or I can't, personal or something. Anyway, hit all, and then every time that we post a video, you'll get notified and you can watch us. And I hope learn, because this is going to be a fun learning experience. I think there are a lot of people in the later decades of their life, we're 70, in our 70s, who can learn something from this. I wish you well, have an awesome day, and I'll see you on the next time. Bye-bye.